Welcome back to SledHead 24/7, Grand Lake, Colorado. I'm sitting on the new Ski-Doo TNT MXZ.
The TNT is the only liquid-cooled production sled on the market under 400 pounds.
Which should not surprise anybody because you know with the technology they have at Bombardier Ski-Doo, they're always coming out with lightweight, innovative things. This is just one more of them. We're going to go out and ride the rest of these and see what they're like.
The 2008 Ski-Doos, the boys up at Valcourt did a great job.
They've done it again, in my opinion. I think their first jump with the Rev chassis was pretty exceptional, and they've really done it again, taking it to the next level with the new XP.
You start by looking at them just first, the initial look of it. I mean, it's stealth, it's so new, it's so different. There's so much technology in the XP. If a year ago someone would have said when we were testing snowmobiles in unison, we're going to have a new snowmobile 50 to 60 pounds lighter, I'd still be laughing.
Not only is it lighter, it's also 37% stronger.
Which is a huge, huge deal because typically when you make things lighter, it makes it weaker. Typically, not always, but this is the exception to the case. In the average person, like I said earlier, I would say, how could you drop that much weight? It isn't in one particular area of the machine. It's throughout the entire machine. The entire machine from ground up is a brand new machine. Coming back to the rear rail, if we look back here, the new track is a single ply track, 120 inch. Another way that they reduce the weight, single ply track, but as strong or stronger. Open up. Secondary clutch used to be down here. That would limit where your leg could come. Your leg could only come back here, your lower leg. Now with the secondary driven up over the top, makes some more leg room.
So if you weren't comfortable on the Rev, the new XP would certainly be worth giving a shot because of the extra leg room.
And this helix is all on one shaft. That's, again, how they're lightening, making much more lighter components. They're taking more components, slimming it down to fewer components.
So, Paul, I don't know if you noticed, but right here's the drive shaft.
Yes, that is much, much lower. And if you look, the brake, you can't see it. Behind this vented cover is going to be your brake rotor. And that brings the center of gravity so much lower. And this spins it. You remember when you move the brake rotor back where it used to be up on the secondary, with the reduction between the secondary clutch back down to the drive shaft, it's going to spin at half the speed. So, and relatively speaking, it's going to spin at a slower RPM, so it's going to spool up faster when you're accelerating. It's going to give you better acceleration.
A lot quicker response.
Yep, definitely better throttle response. On and off, when you're letting off the gas, you get back on it. Clutch back shifts, kicks back in, and it's just less rotating mass. It's going to spool up faster, accelerate better.
I like, too, the holes in the tunnel since we're down here. In the running boards, I really like this. You don't get that snow buildup.
Yep, you don't get that ice buildup. You used to get a big ice buildup in the Revs up in the front here, and I have it. You can see there's none.
Favorite Ski-Doo for this year that they've come out with would be the 600 120 SDI, the MXZX package.
So this MXZX sled is for your aggressive riders. It is a race replica sled. The suspension is really, it's got a great feel to it because it is a stiffer ride. It's going to be great to be on the trail, but also great to be off the trail with it.
I like also the adrenaline package in the MXZ Adrenaline. I got on that and I rode through the same terrain that I rode through with the MXZX 600, and that's almost a dual purpose sled. I could hit the bumps pretty much as fast and as hard. It is a little bit softer. It's geared more toward the intermediate aggressive riding ability versus full cross-country replica such as this, but that will do both, and it sucked up the bumps really, really well.
You're going to get out on the trail and ride for a couple hundred miles.
Exactly. Won't be quite as stiff. The adrenaline's going to be a little bit softer. It's going to give you a little better back feeling at the end of the day. When you start from scratch and you're going to start with a blank sheet of paper and try to design a whole new machine, I mean, a lot of times it isn't going to turn out as you anticipated, but boy, this one really did. I mean, not only the aesthetics, looking at it, ergonomics, sitting on it, the engine, the power was fantastic, the pulling on it, all around, it really was a winner to start with a blank sheet of paper and end up with this.
They really put their time in.
Yes, they did.